4 years ago, I went on a heavy spree of surf fishing, landing multiple giant bull reds and even doubling up on 2 massive 40-plus inchers. I even went back out and hooked a 6-foot shark, which was extremely intense. So today, we're raising the stakes, putting big baits versus these beach monsters. And let's just say, fishing over the last 2 days was eventful.
He's on there. Yep. Come on, baby. Oh, baby, that's a better fish. No way, dude. Oh! The worst part about surf fishing is getting the stuff down to the surf and obviously bringing it back to your truck. But we're gonna be targeting some big fish today with some big baits, and I'm so excited to bring you guys along this journey. Well, what makes this worse is I gotta go all the way back. I need my chair, I need my bait, and I need some other utensils. Conditions, very ugly outside, super cloudy, super windy, super cold. When you think about getting on the beach, you think about flip-flops, you think about a bathing suit, but today, that ain't the case, man. We got jeans, a hoodie, and a dream, baby. Let's hop into this. Welcome to my second surf fishing video ever. I'm so excited to be out here on the beach today and target a bunch of different species from the surf. The last time that I came out here, I had a lot of success. Me and my boy Alan Bob landed 2 massive bull reds. Not only did we catch 2 massive bull reds, we actually doubled up, which just made the whole experience that much better. And today we're gonna double down on our success. We're gonna throw big baits for massive beach monsters in hopes that we land one. Hopefully we don't just catch a couple small fish all day. I don't think that that's gonna happen. I think we have a high chance of catching a big boy. What makes me even more confident today, we are the only person on the beach. I see 2 people walking way in the distance. I don't think people are wanting to be out here in the cold, but we want it. And more importantly, we want to catch big fish. If we keep a good attitude today, I feel like the opportunities are gonna present themselves. But we gotta pay attention. We got to be sharp. We have to set up our tackle correctly, and that's what we're going to start off with. I got a chair, a bunch of rods, a duffel bag filled with a bunch of goodies, some pole holders, a random contraption over there, which I'll show you in a bit, and a bag full of a bunch of baits. So without further ado, let's get set up. One thing when I'm out here on the surf, the last thing I want to do is lay my poles in the sand. That is a recipe for a disaster. 3 of these are saltwater rods, and then I have a Kicking Their Bass X-Lose V2, the new one. Just because they're saltwater rods doesn't mean that the saltwater doesn't harm them. You gotta be very careful in the salt. Good thing the sand is a little soft right now because I forgot my rubber mallet. It was a really bad idea not bringing my mallet to knock this down in. So I'm trying to do pretty much whatever I can to get these things in the water, or get these things in the sand really well. Last thing we need is a rod flying in the water today. We're gonna need this today. This tackle box right here has about anything and everything I could ever need for surf fishing. We have some egg sinkers, we have some pyramid weights, we have some big circle hooks, we even have some jig heads, some barrel swivels, and even a few pre-made rigs in this box. This is like pretty much my end-all be-all for surf fishing. So before we get too deep into this, let's talk about our setups. This is actually a 10-foot rod on one of my surf reels. This one right here is actually a big boy. This is on a 10-foot rod as well, but it's also just thicker than the other ones. This reel is actually a size 8,000. As you guys can tell by my hand, this is a massive boy. This is going to be the man that you want to be hooked up with if we hook into a beach monster. And then down here, this is very similar to the first rod I showed you, just another version. And these rods have treated me very well out here in the surf. But we do have a 4th rod, and that is our Kicking Their Bass TV X-Lose V2. We just dropped these on kickingtheirbass.com. This is the new and improved Kicking Their Bass rod. We already got so much freaking sand on it. It's so windy, just blowing over everything. But if you guys want to check these out, kickingtheirbass.com, any of the other products I use in the videos too, you can check out all on my website. Link will be down below. But yeah, this rod's gonna be a lot of fun today because I just have a little jig head and a swim bait. I've actually never got into like artificial fishing off the beach. So today's gonna be my first like heavy go at trying to catch an artificial fish from the surf. So this is the bag filled with all the goodies. So obviously live bait is better than frozen bait, but I have had a lot of success just using frozen mullet, frozen shrimp, and other types of frozen bait fish. So this is the stuff that I actually got fresh right here from the beach. We have a pack of shrimp, pretty basic, but I will say this other pack of bait in here is not still completely frozen, which I actually have some small mullet. This is usually what I use to target some of those bigger bull reds here off the beach. This is just always what I've had success with. But yeah, I wanted to get some smaller ones, and just wait till you see the big boys that we have in this other bag. So I've never thrown this bait before. It's called pilchards. I think that's how you pronounce it, pilchards. I've actually never seen these before, but it's pretty much just a standard saltwater bait fish. I believe that's going to be a pretty good bait for us today. Something that's not super big profile, but still a bait fish imitation. We got another bag of shrimp, because why not? We need a lot of shrimp when we're fishing on the beach. It's interesting because I've never seen these before either. Obviously I've heard of them, I've eaten them before, but we got sardines, and these are very large sardines. These are not your normal size sardines that you're going to get at the grocery store. These are some pretty big boys. I think this is going to be great for some big fish today. And then last but not least, this is the big mama, the big mama jamma. We got two giant whole mullet. Look at how big those bad boys are right there. That is our big bait today to try to catch the ultimate fish, and hopefully it puts in some work for us today. So that's all the bait we got. Real quick, what I'm gonna do is just check my rigs. I feel like a lot of these hooks that I have on are actually rusted. I haven't gone surf fishing in a little bit. Check the rigs, put on new hooks, cut our bait, rig it up, beam it out, hook a jar. That's the plan, baby, come on. Oh no! No, 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 no. Are you okay? Are you guys fine? I think you're okay. Maybe a sprained ankle. Are y'all good? Oh no. Where are you going? What in the actual world is going on? I just broke it. I literally just broke it. No way, bro. All off of some wind. Well guys, that's not good. I think I broke one of my cameras. That's never something you want to do. Let's see. Oh, she's good. She's better than ever. Are we good? Listen, no more falling overboard, brother. No more doing that. We don't need anybody to get hurt today. Okay. My camera, okay, this is a very bad day to do this. Are you good, bro? You're not good. Oh, okay. Golly. So I got a change in plans. I was thinking, I see something so juicy down in the distance. We were wanting to put out some of that big old cut bait on these rods and like kind of let it sit and marinate and attract some big fish. But before we do that, because I don't really want to leave all these rods out if I'm going to go walk somewhere, I kind of want to walk down to this big sandbar. There is like probably 5 to 6 foot swells out there. It is looking disgusting, but there's a little divot with the sandbar going in, and I could totally see some fish pushing some bait up in that pocket. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get down the beach. We're gonna throw this artificial for a little bit, and then we'll come back and rig up the big boys. Well, let's get it. Bro, we got some thieves. I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about these seagulls. Hey, go tell your boy, don't be stealing my stuff, okay? I didn't open any of that frozen bait, but I also didn't hide it, which could be a mistake. Hopefully we don't get back and all our packs are gone. Or hopefully they don't bite through the plastic. I don't think a seagull would do that, but hey, you can't count nothing out with birds, man. Birds are interesting creatures. Here goes nothing, little round eye, jig head, little swim bait, pretty basic. Now you guys can see where all these birds are flying around over there. That's where I was talking about going. Well, let's work down this bank a little bit, cover a little bit of water, and see what we're working with. There's a fish jumping right there. Look at that bait getting pushed up. Look at that. I don't know if you guys see that. It's like a little mullet. See, that's exactly what you want to see right here. With all this wind and everything pushing up, I feel like a lot of this bait to get trapped in this whole pool. And I can only imagine that there's some big redfish or any predatory fish feeding on this bait. Gosh, I would love nothing more than to start off this video with a good freaking bite on an artificial. I really want to get this for y'all. I don't want to stay here too long because I don't want to leave my stuff unmonitored for a very long period of time. but I at least want to try this while we can. Kicking around, it's casting like a charm out there. It's actually crazy how much the water's pulling in this little corner here. I can feel it every time I'm reeling my rod. It's a lot of current here, which I don't really like. I would like to find something that's more of all this current pushing over. I just think today's so nasty, but it feels really good on the bottom. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow, it's a lot of birds. All right, we walked down a good bit. I would love to continue doing this, but I kind of want to get started by throwing some of our big surf rods out. The freaking camera fell. Oh my God, there's water coming up. Oh, I got like 50% more speed right now, boys. Woo. Oh my God, the screen is black. Okay, I think we're good. All right, I'll catch you guys back at camp. Hey, they're chowing down. Got a whole party over there. Hey, oh no, they're grabbing. Hey, oh, this is not good, boys. What are y'all doing? I swear, dude. Oh yeah, they did it. I knew they were gonna freaking do it. I knew they were gonna freaking do, you little turds. Yo, what do you think? Hey. What do you think you're doing, boy? Come on now. What do you think you're doing, dude? You know, if they would have asked politely, I probably would have gave them some for dinner. But now you're making me think I can't give you any at all. I mean, man, what are we doing? Y'all sound so cute, y'all look so cute, but you're getting on my nerves, okay? You need to calm down. First things first, this is what I was talking about. Hook is very rusted. So we're gonna go ahead and cut that off, get us a new one on. Dang, seagulls think they're funny or something. Those are some massive circle hooks, bro. Those are honestly too big. Shoot, boys, that one's kind of rusted too, but we're just gonna have to go with it. Those other circle hooks are a little big, in my opinion. Put a rusted hook in there. Never litter, guys. It's not what we stand for around here, and I hope you guys don't do that. That's why you always keep a bag of trash. By the way, totally ignore my duffel bag. It's just desperate times cause for desperate measures, and yeah, I just had to whip out the old suitcase. Looks like I'm about to go to Hawaii or something, but sadly we're stuck in the cold. Let's hop into this, guys. Let's start off with us getting a fresh mullet. By fresh, I mean frozen, but that's okay. We're gonna get us a little mullet here. These are actually still frozen, which sucks. Some of them are a little defrosted. We're gonna have to be careful with these freaking seagulls too. There's like 20 of them and they're just watching me. That's all they're doing right now. They're watching me. They want them a bite, and I understand. I understand totally, but I gotta focus on something, boys. If you could just give me a second, I'll feed you in a little bit. Just let me work. So usually what I do when I'm putting on a size mullet like this, like a 4-inch, I usually cut it in 2 different pieces. So I go right down the middle, and yeah, I'm just gonna use this headpiece. Sometimes I go through the mouth, sometimes I go through the top, just for it staying on and the purposes of that. We're just gonna go through the head just like that. And there we go, we got us a good old headpiece. That is perfect for our first drop, our first cast. Now let's go ahead and get this puppy out there. I'm gonna be honest, my leader, oh gosh, my leader's a little short on this. I usually don't run it that short, but for this case right now, I'm just gonna get one out there. Here in a little bit, we'll probably lengthen that. And also, if you guys are wondering about this weight, if you see all the little wire that's hanging off of it, that pretty much digs down into the sand. Oh my God, bird almost took you out. I didn't mean to go, I didn't mean to go that far to the left. I about knocked them out. And we just gotta hope there's a few big bulls out there and we'll get lucky. That one's not too far out. This bad boy, I'm gonna beam him out as far as I can. We're in a good spot out there. Let's let that thing marinate for a little bit, get our other poles rigged up, and hopefully we'll get some bites. Oh man, I want something big today. Come on. We are going total Mac Daddy on this big rod right here. The biggest bait that we have, and we're gonna try it. There we go, that's a big old piece of cut bait. There we go. That's what we're talking about with the big bait, boys. That should catch a monster. Yes sir, let's give her a swing. We're bombing this one. This is on my freaking 8,000 reel. It's on my big boy. All right, we're gonna run and start with this one. Got these legs right here, boy. Give me some power. Seagulls actually chase that out there like a dog. I should have released a little later at the water there, but hey, Okay. One smaller mullet, one super big chunk of the mullet. And I think with this third rod, I might end up going with some shrimp. You know, that's going to give us an opportunity to catch a bunch of different species, and it can give us an opportunity to catch some live bait as well. So let's go ahead and rig up this last rod. And it's time to sit back and wait for a big bite. Dude, that pole's is he getting hit? You can tell if a big mullet's getting popped or if it's just the wind and the current. Probably just the waves. Hey, get off my bag, boy. You got my Cheez-Its. Hey, boy, you messing my Cheez-Its. This is a different story, boy. God, dog, you got my Cheez-Its. What the heck is going on? If you want the live fish, you can have a bite every once in a while, but not my dang Cheez-Its, boy. That's personal. I'm getting sand in my bag anyways. Let's just zip this up. What in the world? Are we fishing for fish or birds today, boys? Hey, I locked the bag, bro. What are you doing? Hey, no, bro. I was nice to you. I gave you a piece of shrimp. Don't play with me like that. I'm gonna be honest, boys, I don't even think we need to catch a fish today to get a freaking video. There's so much crap going on, I don't even know what I'm doing. So if you guys are wondering why I picked this spot versus any other spot on the beach, it's because there's actually we have a good flat right out here. It's pretty flat. And then there's also a big drop off that I can get that big rod out on. And it's a steeper drop off than down there on that bank. That's really the only reason I chose this. I do think over by that sandbar where we fished at the beginning would be a really good spot. It's just, I don't know. I feel like this setup is better for what we're targeting, which is just massive fish right now. I think we have a better opportunity on this side. Buddy, no more Cheez-Its, man. No, hey, the zipper is shut. You're not getting my Cheez-Its. Well, we actually got all three of our rods in the holders. Got rod number one with the medium-sized mullet. Rod in the middle has Big Mac Daddy. Rod on the right has a little bit of shrimp. We got a little bit of everything going on right now. We're gonna see what these fish pick up. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna take a little break, sit in the chair, and hopefully we get a bite. All right. Oh. Yeah. Not again, bro. What did I tell you? Golly. I get it, the weather today's nasty, but you gotta stop falling over on me.
You guys have probably been wondering, Noah, what in the world do you have on your legs? And to put it super simple, it is the world's first outdoor exoskeleton. This is the Hypershell X, and it gives you 40% more leg strength and 30% less physical exertion, making those trips in the outdoors a lot less taxing on your body. If you guys know me, I'm primarily a bass fisherman. I'm not really going on the surf and going out on the beach too often, but when I do, walking through that sand and making those long runs or long stretches to get out to your fishing spot is not super easy. This is the perfect opportunity to strap on my Hypershell and see what this thing's all about. And let me just tell you, I could tell a huge difference by the end of the day, and I definitely had a lot more power while using it. And I truly believe with all the walking that I've done over the last couple of days, I don't even know if I would have been able to make it, or even I'd probably be sore for 2 weeks if I did not have my Hypershell X on. It is IP54 dust and water resistant, and we've really put that to the test today being around the water. If you guys need the extra boost, you need that 40% more power. You don't want to be using all your energy while walking or in the outdoors. The Hypershell X is definitely for you. If you guys want to check out the Hypershell X series yourself, make sure to visit the link in the description.
Well, boys and girls, we're out here for day number 2. Day number 1 completely got skunked. That does not happen to me often, but surf fishing is very unpredictable. I'm not no surf fisherman by any means, but even the most experienced out there have days like that. Today, we're switching up our game plan. It's beautiful conditions. There's not a ton of wind. We have a little bit of sun peeking through today, which we did not have yesterday. And it's actually gonna allow me to target these sandbars, to target these little deep pockets to where I can cast and know that those are highways that fish are gonna be. You know, when we were out here yesterday, it was just like, I was casting, I was trying to do whatever I could because I just could not think. Too much wind, conditions were crazy, but today's a new day. It is game day. And let's get in the water and see what happens. By the way, guys, this wore me out. My main game plan was to actually go way out on the sandbar. You know, that's where we walked with the artificial. I think that's a really good spot, but there's actually a guy down there. And to be honest, this just wore me out, dude. This was a lot of stuff to carry on one trip, especially with camera gear. And big shout out to my Hypershell Exoskeleton, because this has gave me a lot of strength and less exertion, because if I did not have these bad boys on, I would actually be huffing and puffing. I'm huffing and puffing a little bit, but it's not as bad as it could be. And we need to go ahead and get rigged up, because I've seen a few different fish come up at the top, and I've seen a little bit of bait flicker. I've seen some birds go down, so we just need to get in the water. By the way, I did end up feeding those seagulls. At the end, I just threw all my bait towards them because they popped holes in every freaking bag I own. Today, hopefully they don't attack me. They were just going crazy. I feel like yesterday was just a mess between the birds, the wind, and me about to lose my mind. So we do have some frozen shrimp here. I actually got different shrimp than I got before. I stopped at a different little gas station. They had these, so I was like, you know what, screw it, let's try it. And the birds cannot peck a hole in this bad boy. And then I also have a pack of squid in the same container. We're not dealing with all that. We're actually gonna lay those out because they're frozen, and that doesn't help because it's cold today, but the sun will at least cook it a little bit and get it to defrost. And then in this bag, I actually bought 2 bags of finger mullet. And I did end up buying some more big mullet that we threw on day 1, but I actually left it in my dang freezer. I bought it at the end of yesterday, and totally forgot to grab it this morning. And then we got some extra circle hooks because we're running low. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. I hate using this bait when it's like frozen like this, but honestly, this is our only option. I mean, we got to start off somewhere, and we're not going to get it to defrost in 5 minutes. So we'll do what we have to do here. I'm going to be honest, if the weather wasn't so bad this week, I wouldn't have gone fishing yesterday. But it's going to be raining every single day. So today is game day. We have to get this done and catch us a freaking beach monster. We're just going to lay this out. It's freaking rough. See that? See how it's just like breaking? It's not what I want. I want these head pieces. I'm just going to chop all 3 with my crappy fillet knife, but it'll work. There we go. Yeah, that is not the freshest bait in the world. I hate that. That's the one thing about frozen bait. You know, if we had fresh bait, it would be a lot better. So this spot right here, I want to show you this. See how slick this is and see the drop off? Very deep spot. But one thing I noticed today, since there's not a lot of wind, is you can actually see, especially since I have a little bit of sun, you can see the sandbars. So what I'm looking for is that sandbar, and then it's going to have that dip. Redfish, smaller sharks, stingrays are going to be feeding actively on those sandbars. So if I can get right on the edge, I feel like that could be a really good zone. I only brought 2 rods out today because I feel like yesterday I was just doing way too much, and I don't think it helped my success. I had too many rods, too many things going on, and I wasn't really locked in. Alrighty, it is time. It is game time. It's honestly a little piece of mullet, dude. I wish I had my big boys, but this would be a good start. Screw it. Make sure we get that scale off. Yeah, that piece of mullet is so, I don't know. I don't like that, but they give us a start. I'm just gonna get this bait out here and see what we're working with, but I think I'm gonna end up retying this too. This Carolina rig needs to be higher. It's definitely a little short. So we're just gonna go about right there. Actually really close. I just feel like I was doing a little too much. I was beaming way too far out. I feel like the shrimp is gonna be way too frozen. I feel like as the day goes on, our bait's gonna get a little better for us, but oh my God, yeah, there's no way I'm using that. Okay. Well, now we got a decision to make. I brought my shrimp rod out. I didn't bring my Carolina rig on my other rod, so this shrimp is just gonna be, we're actually gonna open this. Hopefully birds don't bombard me. Just wanna get that to defrost as quick as possible. You know what? This might be a good trick. Let's give it a shot. Pour a little bit of water on here. That'll help defrost them. Honestly, that might defrost them really quick. Oh, all I want to hear is zzz, hear that freaking drag pull. But I mean, shoot, while we're at it, why not, let's just rig up some mullet on this. These are smaller hooks, but just in the meantime, let's just put it on there, throw it out, and see if we get lucky. Might as well have 2 rods out if we have it, while we're waiting. We're gonna get that one out there. That one's actually a little bit further than our other one. Just fish a different zone, figure out where these fish are set up at. Let's sit down and let's wait for just a little bit. You know, as much of a grind as day 1 was, at least I can say this is relaxing. This is peaceful. I feel like I can finally think. I don't have wind just tearing me apart right now. Oh, that's a bite right there. Did you guys see that? Hold on. That might have been a smaller fish though. That's why we want that shrimp on that rod. That's a good, yeah, he's biting me right now. Here we go, boys. So we getting some action. That's all I want. I don't know if they're gonna get this mullet on this hook. That could be smaller fish messing with us. I feel like when I'm out here, my brain plays tricks on me. It's like I'm looking at the one rod tip and I swear the other one's popping off. But maybe I'm just, maybe it's not. Maybe it's in my head. I'm dreaming over here. Look at this, the shrimp rod's getting hammered. Let's just hold this in our hand for a minute. Yeah, he's eating it. We got him. We got him, baby. Come on now. Not a big one, but I think we got a whiting of some sort. Come on, dude. This is all we need to get on board, baby. Our other rod was getting bit and he came off. Okay, that's I filled him on halfway through there. It's okay. Go back out there, come on. We go back out there, we get bit. We are getting bites and our mullet's getting bit too. I like that. Look at that, oh, it's just got hammered. Hold on, dude, there's a school of fish running through here. We got some momentum finally, baby. And I'll tell you, after coming out here a day and just totally getting skunked, to actually get bites and know that you're fishing in the right spot and using the right thing is the best feeling in the world. But we were getting bit on both rods at the same time, 2 different zones. Got one on the left, one on the right, 2 different distances. I feel good, dude. Let's just get one to eat this thing. Oh gosh, dude, he might be on there. He's on there. Yep, come on, baby. First fish of the day, please stay pinned. I think she's gonna stay on there. These hooks are gonna do a lot better than what we were using before, man. Yeah, she's on there. Oh, that's perfect. Look how small this fish is, dude. That is not a beach monster by any means, but we got our first fish, baby. Come on. I know that don't seem like much, but geez, all I know is that is some fresh freaking bait. We can either throw this out as live bait or we could throw it out as cut bait on the bottom. So if you guys don't know, this is actually just a little whiting. Whiting are very common pretty much at all beaches that you go to. It's probably the easiest fish to catch. As I'm saying that, we've had a hard time hooking them, but obviously I've had a hard time hooking them because of how dang small that is. But right there, that is the perfect fresh bait that we could ever have. So usually I would use this as cut bait, but since this puppy's so small, I mean, dude, we could literally throw him out as live bait. I'm not gonna lie, that's not a bad idea. So what I'm gonna do is actually, I wanna rig this up on the rod in my truck, but since we don't have it next to us and I want to try it as live bait, I'm just gonna throw him down right there. Let's go ahead and reel this rod in and we'll hook him up. Hey, I ain't asking for much today besides at least one big bite and one opportunity. And it all starts somewhere. And more importantly, it starts off with getting some good bait. And that is a great piece of bait over there. So we're just gonna take off our cut mullet. I don't wanna waste this. So I'm actually just gonna put it right there. I don't know the best way to hook this, guys, to be honest with you. I don't usually put these on as live bait. I usually just do cut bait. First live bait rig of the trip. Let's see what we can get done with this bad boy, man. Hopefully we can get freaking hammered. I'm actually gonna beam this. This is where we wanna get a little more ballsy with our casting and get way out here in the middle. All right, not as far as I'd like to get them, but we'll try that. And I'm debating on going to get my other rod right now while it's sitting out there. I just don't want to come back to my rod being gone. But if we get bit on this, guys, this is going to be exactly what we're looking for. Well, let's go ahead and rig some more shrimp back up, get our other rod out there and give us a shot at catching another fish, or more importantly, even some cut bait. There's something to it with that bottom piece being closer to the bottom with how it's sitting, but realistically, it should all be laying on the bottom. They are just biting that bottom piece tremendously. Gosh, I would love to see a freaking monster on that rod right there. That would be a story to tell. Get our squint back out there and we in business. Oh my gosh, we got one. He actually hooked himself, boy. Golly, come here. That's a better one. I don't know what that is, but feels like another whiting or something smaller, but definitely bigger than our first one. If he didn't come off, he kind of feels like he came off. You still on, buddy? He is. Yes, another baby whiting. We're gonna use that. Or actually, it's not even a whiting. What is that? A little tiny snapper of some sort. Look at that, boys. There we go. That's our second fish today. Not a big one. We're actually gonna release this puppy. Beautiful fish right there. You listen to him? Look at that. That is so cool. Thank you, Bubba. We might not have a big fish yet, but we do have 2 species. That's pretty dang cool. Give us a little bit of momentum, giving us something, and we're at least getting bites. That's all that matters. See, those circle hooks on here was a game changer, and that fish right there, I don't know if you guys noticed it. We didn't only get a bite, he actually hooked himself and everything. That's why those little octopus circle hooks there are good to use on the beach. I hate using them for live bait if I'm bass fishing or doing any other types of saltwater or freshwater fishing. I feel like the circle hooks are like my arch nemesis, but for the beach, it's a big help, especially when you're setting your rods in holders like this. But let's see, we got 2 species so far, nothing big yet. Haven't been out here long. That's a great sign, baby. That is a great sign. Let's get out there and catch something else. There we go. We're getting hammered. We got another one, baby. We got another one, baby. Feels bigger. Either that or I got 2. Gosh, boy, we getting bit. Just need some big ones now. We broke the ice, guys. We totally broke the ice. I love this little like flat that's coming out here, this little tiny point. A lot of fish on the end of it. Just not big ones. And it looks like we have our freaking, oh my gosh, we have our 3rd species, which is actually what looks like, is that a baby sea bass? I'm pretty sure that's a baby sea bass right there. So one thing, last time I actually went surf fishing, I caught a toadfish and everybody's like, that is very poisonous, and I didn't touch them and I was thankful. But that right there is actually a baby juvenile sea bass right there, which is awesome. We are actually 3 for 3 on our catches today, and we've actually caught 3 different species, which is just really cool. And man, that is awesome. Obviously our goal today isn't to catch as many species as we can. Our goal is to catch the big ones, but I'll tell you what, I will catch as many different species as I can and be happy with it today, as long as we get a big bite. Guys, we're actually gonna reel this live bait in real quick. I'm gonna try to get it in a different spot. I need to get it a little further out there than what I got it to. This rod's good for it, but I feel like my other one's definitely more of a heavy duty setup. Just sling your bait out there. What in the world? No way, dude! No way, dude! Oh! Oh, Mr. Krabs! Look at Mr. Krabs, dude. Look at Mr. Krabs. Holy cow, dude, he was tearing up my freaking bait, bro. He killed him. It ain't live bait no more, that's cut bait, buddy. Holy cow, all because of you. All because of you. Golly, boy. I was trying to mess with him, but I think I'm just gonna let him go. Get back in there, dude. Big old blue crab. That'd be good in the freaking pot. That would be great in the pot. I thought that thing felt heavy when I was reeling it in, dude. That's actually wild. Well, that kind of gives us an answer at what some of the fish are eating, dude. Or some of the bites that we're getting are those crabs. You know, I was talking about it yesterday and today, and that's actually a thing, man. But hey, I just threw her back out there. I actually was gonna cut it in half, but honestly, I kind of like that some of the juices are coming out of it. So maybe we'll get lucky for a good bite here. That bait went from being alive to dead by a crab. That is one of the craziest things. You know, when you think about live bait fishing, you don't think, oh yeah, a crab's just gonna tear my bait apart and eat it. But I guess in the ocean, those are the things you have to deal with. Our squid is finally pretty much defrosted. We could always use some squid too. I mean, they're eating the shrimp so good that it's hard for me to not go after it and continue to put it on. But squid is definitely an option here in a little bit. All right, both of them are getting hit right now. That cut bait right there just kind of pulled a little bit. I got a fish on this rod. We got him. There we go, 4th fish. I'm gonna keep an eye on that. That's the guy I'm worried about. What do we got now? Do we have a different species? That would actually be insane. 4 fish, 4 species would be sick. But I would not mind taking another small whiting to use as bait. How did he come off? He did. Dang it, I felt him about halfway there, but it just came off. I want you guys to look at how my legs are coming off the sand right now. Look at how much power this Hypershell actually gives me. I've been doing a lot of walking these last couple of days, and this thing right here has actually been a tremendous help because I'm still worn out because I'm just out of shape in general. But if I didn't have these on, going through the sand would be super hard. I mean, guys, That's the one thing. I love the beach, but the sand is very rough. Sometimes it can really take it out of you. And with my exoskeleton being able to pick up my legs and give me that extra force and power, it just makes it so much easier and helps your feet get above the sand. Therefore, I'm walking at least twice as fast as I normally would be. I mean, how is this a beach monster video without me bringing out my big 8000 Battle 3 right here? I can't even believe I thought about not bringing it. I feel like if we want a big fish, this bad boy has to be present. Let's go ahead and get us a good piece of this mullet. I'm gonna reel that shrimp rig back in because the shrimp is definitely gone, and I want to catch another whiting and do a cut bait. I want to make it very bloody. I want to put it on this big rod and just freaking horse them out there. Our cut whiting looks like it's moving a little bit, like it might be another crab or something that's got a hold of it. Hopefully that's not the case, but yeah, something's messing with it. You see that? Look at that, look at that. I don't know. No! It's okay. Gosh, that's why I need my mallet. If one grabs that rod, that whole rod holder's probably gonna fall down. That might be something we can fix in a little bit. Let's go ahead and get some shrimp on here and get a little more active. Oh, that was a big bite. Oh, baby, that's a better fish. That's a good fish right there, boys. Biggest fish today. I don't know what it is, but that is good right there, son. Holy cow. You bit that puppy good. Yeah, he's still on there too. Oh, come here, boy. Gosh, he put up a good fight. I don't think he's that big, but he's definitely way bigger than the other fish we were catching. What do we got? That's definitely a new species. What is that? What is this? Another sea bass, dude? No way. What? So he actually ate the squid, which I've actually caught sea bass in the ocean on squid. Little tiny baby. Little baby, dude. He put up a fight, brother. What in the world are we doing? Well, that's like our 5th fish, guys. We're kind of rolling now. We're doing good. Plenty of daylight left in the day. A bunch of time to chase a monster. Just got to keep on casting, but that was a good little bite right there. That was not a bad bite and not a bad fight for a little old fish like that. I just want my cut mullet to get its job done. It's fun catching these fish on the squid and shrimp, but that's not what we're here for, man. We're here for these big rods to get bit. These bites are far and few in between sometimes, and I just feel like as long as we have our bait in the water, we have a shot. Changing to those circle hooks has been a game changer. Look at this, we already got another one. I mean, dude, we're smoking them now, baby. Woo! That's a better fish too, man. I think there's a little drop that I'm fishing. You know, you have this point that goes out and it's pretty flat in front of it, and then there's a little drop off, and I'm throwing right on the edge of that drop off. And we're getting slammed every time we throw out there now. Golly. These little things aren't fighting bad. This might be another little sea bass. It is. Oh, we got 2! Oh! Oh, baby! Oh my gosh. What in the world, man? And look at that right there, boys. Listen, I know we're going for beach monsters today. We haven't had the most success with the big fish, but we're at least getting bites. So more importantly, we're having fun, man. That's what fishing's about. And getting 2 fish on the same rig is sick, dude. We just threw that thing right in the water. It's crazy because these baby ones don't really have any blue on them, but when you catch them bigger ones, I mean, they're blue. It could be the area that we're fishing to. I don't know how that affects fish's color. That's a beautiful little fish there. Thank you, buddy. And you want to know what's insane about it? So the bottom one's gone, right? And they ate the squid, dude. Both the squid these puppies ate. And I'm noticing some when I'm putting these fish back. You see how they're not swimming off? That's kind of weird. It's only with these fish right here. Look how they're not swimming off. Is it because you know what I think it is? They're not that deep though. I mean, I'm pulling them off that little drop, and sometimes those fish, their stomachs expand. I'm wondering if that's what it is, but either way, just caught both of those fish on the squid. Our shrimp was gone. And the one thing that I'm noticing about the squid, and like I said, I haven't fished with squid a ton, is it's actually staying on the hook really well. Sometimes the most annoying part about surf fishing can be putting your bait on your hook. So I'll take it if it stays on. There we go. There we go. Keep eating it, buddy. Be a whiting. Be a whiting for me. I need me a good cut bait. Yeah. There he is. Oh, yep. Golly, we are smoking them on this, guys. Those little circle hooks I put on are just money. I'm not really missing fish at all anymore, too. What do we got? We have another sea bass. Holy cow. Golly, boy, we might need a pliers for you. Dang, boy. By the way, if you guys want to check out the Kicking Their Bass TV premium toolkit, only available on my website. Any of these products I'm using are available on my website, kickingtheirbass.com. And it works just like that. Not what we're looking for, but I appreciate the bite, man. You're better than nothing, I'll tell you that. I'll appreciate any bite we'll get today. It's just a blessing to be out here on a beautiful day on the water. All right, turn around. Dude, these fish are crazy, bro. Give me, somebody comment down below the reasoning of that. I'm actually curious. It's only been that species too that kind of has a hard time getting off there. All right, our shrimp is gone, but we still have 2 squid pieces. I'm just gonna throw them out there. Hey, 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 hey. No. Oh, you little turd. Bro, you're gonna make me mad. You're gonna make me mad. No stealing my shrimp, dude. I don't have much bait. All right, guys, little update. We haven't had a bite in a minute. I'm about to pull all these rods in and check my baits. You know, originally I wanted to walk down there. It's just such a long walk. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it with timing that we got here. So I got about an hour left, and I gotta meet my boy Mac back at my house, and I have a 2-hour drive. So with that being said, we only have an hour of time to catch a big fish. So that means we have to lock in and do whatever it takes to get that bite. And man, it's in God's hands at this point. Hopefully we can get one. We have worked our butts off these last couple of days trying to get some bites. Caught a lot of fish. We just need one more bite today, guys, and it needs to be that big one. Hopefully we can do it. You guys better cheer for me, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for this bite. God, that was a big bite. Please, bro. Please. Not there. That was one of our best bites today. That might have been our best. I mean, that wasn't no little fish. That was a hard freaking thump. It's a big piece of that mullet too. Come on, dude. Uh-oh. Little troublemaker. There we go. Oh, I think it came off. Jeez, boy. I thought my bait was like totally gone. That pole was marinating out there for so long. Look at that. I got all 3 of my baits still. They're just biting really slow now. I mean, they've slowed down tremendously. So as you guys can tell, we still have all our poles in the water. And man, has today been a grind. Now, let me tell you one thing. Yesterday was ridiculous. I don't zero often, but it happens. And I will proudly own it. I zeroed yesterday. But one thing I will say is that today we didn't zero. We had a bunch of bites. We got a bunch of our bait stolen. But we also caught a bunch of fish, and we got a bunch of different species, even catching a blue crab on the mullet, which is insane. And overall, this has just been a blessing and a fun experience. Sadly, guys, it looks like we're probably not going to be able to catch the beach monster that we were wanting to find. That was a promise I made to you guys and made to myself. We are getting a bite. Hold on, he's on checking my dang rod, boy. Hold on, it might not be over yet. It might not be over yet, baby. It ain't over. Oh, this is a decent fish, dude. Oh, he can't. Dude. Come on, boys. What in the world was that? Finally get a bite and that happens. Well, you know, while I'm talking, anything can happen, but I hate that I didn't get to catch that beach monster today, but it only drives me more to come back out here another time and catch some fish. If you guys have any tips for me, please leave them in the comment section below. I'm not gonna come out here and act like I'm a pro expert surf fisherman, because I'm not. I know how to target plenty of different fish, but I am not a surf guy, but I do enjoy doing it from time and time again. But if you guys want to see another one of these videos, let me know. Big thanks to Hypershell Exoskeleton for sponsoring today's video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.
If you enjoyed this video and want to watch another one, check out the video on the screen.